freezes and closes. Okay. It is commonly asked question what they exactly are and what's the difference between them. Okay, so first of all, start freeze. Okay, let me ask you one question. This is a pen. I have kept it on the table. Okay, my question is this: where's the pen? Okay, it's so simple. You'll answer on the table, isn't it? Okay, so on the table. Okay, here you need not to speak the complete sentence. Okay, you spoke there on the table without subject and verb. Okay, so this will be called here a phrase. Okay, remember we speak this group of word without subject and verb, and it is called here a phrase. So phrase, it is a group of words that make sense but not complete sense, and it does not have subject and finite verb. Remember, subject many of you know already. Okay, the doer of the verb or about what we talk is called a subject. Finite verb, this might be a little bit difficult for you. Finite verb. Okay, for understanding finite verb you need to look at these sentences. First of all, the boy wants to drink water. We want to drink water and he wanted to drink water. My concern is this only. You need to look at this wants, want and wanted. Look at these three verbs. Okay. This want had changed its form in all the sentences. Okay. It has been changed. So this will be called a finite verb. So what is the definition of a finite verb? A verb that changes its form according to tenses and number is called a finite verb. Okay, look at the another verb, drink, drink and drink. What did you look here? It did not change its form in all the sentences. It means this is a non-finite verb. Remember one thing, a phrase can consist of non-finite verb. Okay, it does not take only finite verb. If I ask you one question, what does the boy want? The answer will be to drink water, and this will be your phrase. Okay, this is the first type of non-finite verb. This is to infinitive. This is the first type of non-finite verb and it is called to infinitive. That another two types we will be doing in our later videos. Okay, look at the another example. She wore a dress of blue color. If I ask you what kind of dress, which color dress did she wear? So you will answer of blue color. So this of blue color, it will be called a phrase. Okay, the reason is there is no subject, no finite verb, and it is making its sense. So it will be called a phrase. Look at the another example. I have a ring that is made of gold. Okay, so look, if I hide this, the remaining part is that is made of gold. Now do you know what is made of gold? No, not at all. So we want to know here what is made of gold. Okay, so this sentence lacking the entire sense. Okay, it is making its sense, but it depends on the another sentence to complete its sense. That's why this part of sentence will be called a clause. Okay, it will be called a clause. Now see, why can't we say it a phrase? Why we are saying a clause? The reason is that is a subject here. It is a demonstrative pronoun and it has been used at the place of ring. Okay, and this is called here a finite verb. Why am I calling it a finite verb? Because it will change its form according to tenses. If we convert the same sentence into past, each will be replaced with was. Okay, and if we convert this into future tense, so each will be replaced with the will be. So it has changed its form, so it will be called a finite verb. So subject plus finite verb is there and is still not making its sense, it means it is a clause. If it is making its sense, we will be calling it a sentence. Okay, So this is the difference between phrase and clause. Phrase does not have subject and finite verb, but clause has subject and finite verb, but it depends on another sentence to make its sense. That's why we call it a clause. So what is the definition of a clause? It's a part of a sentence which consists of subject as well as finite verb, but it can't make its own sense. Rather, it depends on another sentence to make its sense, and it called a clause. Okay, so this was the difference between phrase and clause. Thank you.